so you would just push whenever you want to publish stuff, and then the engineers get their tables updated, we get our stuff updated, and then what we need to do is get it from Revit model and update that.
So since Sebastian left this button on, as he was changing the design of the building, it was already pushing and writing that data back to the central database.
What is the database? Is it an Excel file, or is it?
At the very moment, we have like well, it's all in one location, but it's a random collection of either object files. We have the spreadsheet that is usually connected to it, and we have sometimes simple text files. So it's not that professional yet, but it's all in one location. That's kind of the key part of this.
Yeah, the idea is that since this information is always pushing to one location, and then our documentation too is always reading from that same location. That way, we know the data is either the latest and it uses the most integrated.
And the reason for not, technically for me, there is like no difference if I write simple text file, write object files, or anything else. But the reason is we can keep this a little simpler for when we open a new project drive, we don't have to like install a new database, so we can just dump it onto the project drive. That's part of the reason why we don't use databases right now.
You just delete all this?
Yeah, you can delete all that.
So part of the operations that we're still figuring out is right now the method is still destructive. So every time the design changes, we have to delete the previous design. And that could cause some heartache as you get closer to CDs, where you actually start to tag these elements, and these elements are part of drawing sets that once you delete the element, a lot of the annotation goes with it. So we're working on a non-destructive method of getting the data back.
But one of the key things to know is for these towers, you don't actually dimension columns. You would never try to dimension a single column in space because you probably fail.